How's it going, everyone? Gary here from Movie Hooker, and today I'm here to hook you up with six brand new horror movies. Five of these horror movies are going to be released very, very soon, and the other one is currently in pre production and will be released probably next year. But it sounds too good not to be put in this list. So, the first one, actually, go to moviehooker.com. I've written the article, published it on there, and if you are a subscriber to the Movie Hooker newsletter, then I've already sent it out to all our subscribers. So it's in your inbox for your eyeballs, for your eyeballs only. So the first one on the list is a film called The Plague, and anything called The Plague automatically gets my attention, although I do not think it's like The Plague, as in like the Black Death or something. The Plague is a dark coming of age drama, I think, with horror elements. The horror elements, as far as I can gather, are body horror. I'm not too sure how it's going. I'm not too sure how it's going to go into body horror, but I have read a few things that it gets pretty icky, and I'm all here for it. The Plague stars Joel Edgerton, who I have been a huge fan of since like 2009 or 2008 when he released this movie called Acolytes. Here we go, I'm going off track, but this is good content, especially for like movie fans. Acolytes is a real lesser known Australian serial killer movie, and it stars Joel Edgerton. It's about a load of kids who are out doing kid stuff, and these kids come across a serial killer who is disposing of a body. So what would you think that the kids would do? You would think that they would go to the police, but they don't, because all these kids have been harassed and tormented and bullied and tortured by this absolute evil human. And instead of going to the police, they actually blackmail the serial killer to go and kill their bully. Very, very good. It's got mixed reviews. I love the concept of that story. Not only does that star Joel Edgerton, it also stars Michael Dorman. So in The Plague, Joel Edgerton is a teacher at a summer school, and I think this summer school is to do with swimming. And you've obviously, once a newcomer comes to the summer school, there's all these like dickhead young ones, and it's like the elite versus the weak, and that's all I know what it's about. But it's been receiving really, really good reviews, and I can't wait to see what horror is actually in store in this movie, because I'm sure it's going to be quite unsettling. So that is The Plague, and that premiered at Cannes Film Festival 2025. There has been a trailer just released recently, and I watched a little bit of it, and then I was like, okay, I've seen enough. So next up on my list is a sci-fi horror comedy, which looks like a lot of fun. And this one is by Gore Verbinski, probably butchering that name. And it stars another favorite actor of mine, so Sam Rockwell. Anything that Sam Rockwell is in has my attention. I don't know if I've seen Sam Rockwell do a sci-fi movie since Moon, and Moon is like exceptional. I can understand why people wouldn't like Moon, because it's like a one man show pretty much the whole film. But I love those movies. So good luck, have fun, don't die is what you call this film. Again, there was a trailer recently released, and Sam Rockwell plays, I think, let's call him the savior of humanity, and he is from the future, and he travels back in time, and he teleports into like a diner, an American diner, and everybody thinks he's a homeless bum, and he gets pretty pissed off at that, and he says he's from the future, and this what he's wearing is all the trend in the future. So I think it looks really, really funny, and he just has to recruit all these people in this American diner to stop the apocalypse from happening. That's all I know. That's all I want to know. But Sam Rockwell, anything with Sam Rockwell has got to be worth a look. Next up, I have one called Night Patrol, another film I've been really looking forward to, and this, folks, is a vampire film. And I love this because this is written or directed and co-written by Ryan Prowse, and we both follow each other on Instagram, me and Ryan, and I've been a big fan, I think, since 2000. Oh, Jesus, 2017. I'll say, I could be wrong, but he released a movie called Low Life. And Low Life is very Quentin Tarantino inspired. It's the it's the movie most like Pulp Fiction since Pulp Fiction, and I think that is like Tarantino is obviously an extremely talented filmmaker, and Ryan is as well. As like this is just such a complicated movie where everything is, it's not shot in like it's not told in chronological order. It's told and it's all over the place with all these stories um, coming together. It's incredible. I think it's from 2017. But Night Patrol, oh, this sounds epic, and we are overdue and a new vampire film. So the tagline for this movie is Defang the Police. I love it. Simple, short, but just genius. Um, so this is, I think, set in like a small sort of ghetto neighborhood where I'm not too sure. There was a trailer released for this as well. I only think today. Uh, I, Gangs and cops have to come together when they find out that the local police force are actually bloodsuckers, and yeah, they must put aside their differences and come together to defeat the fanged threat. And it sounds incredible. I love it. I love Low Life, and I've no doubt it's great to see Ryan go from like a really dark comedy thriller to like a vampire horror. And I love when directors, especially, he's only got one other movie, and I love that where they just rather than staying in the one genre, they just flip and just go from like comedy thriller straight into horror, and I love it. So I can't wait to see what he's doing with a vampire movie. It also stars Justin Long, CM Punk, Jermaine Fowler, and Flying Lotus, I think, as well, although I don't have him written down. And this movie played at Fantastic Fest this year. Whew. You still with me? Next up, another one I've been really looking forward to. I'm just going to say that. I'm looking forward to them all. One sec, get me coffee. So, this one is called Whistle, and this looks really, really cool as well. I'm pretty sure Shudder picked this one up, and this is, I'm not sure if it's written by Corin, but it's Corin Hardy, who directed The Hallow, he directed The Nun, he directed tons of music videos. He also directed a load of episodes of Gangs of London. Very, very talented filmmaker, and a cinephile, a horror, and just like this guy, I love it when these guys are actual film fans. Film fans making movies is what it's all about. And Whistle is about someone who finds like this death whistle, let's call it. It's like an ancient Az relic, Aztec relic, and you blow into this, and it does horrible stuff. It makes a horrible sound. What have I said? An ancient Aztec death whistle is unearthed by a group of high school students, unleashing a deadly curse that follows anyone who hears its sound. It sounds really, really good. And okay, so that is Whistle. Next up, this is the second last one. This one is called It Ends. I have been looking forward to this for a long time now, so I can't wait to see it. And this is another one where it's just got great reviews, all across the board. This is, as far as I know, a time loop movie, and it is about a group of young adults who are in a car on like a highway going through some woods or wooded area, and they keep going through the same time loop, and it's like a creature feature. There's like loads of different creatures as far as I know. I don't know an awful lot about it, but this one premiered at South by Southwest. This is another one where I really want to avoid spoilers because I've heard it's an independent film, but I've heard nothing but greatness about this, and yeah, can't wait to see it. It's called It Ends, and we should be getting that soon. Next up, and this is the last one on the list, that's 10 minutes. That's pretty good. 10 minutes for 6 movies. Trenchfoot is what you call this one. Don't know an awful lot about it, but what I've written here is World War One is ending. but the nightmare has only begun. In a desolate, mud-choked trench, a broken British soldier and a terrified German prisoner are forced to fight together, but not against each other, but against a relentless, gas-masked monstrosity that haunts them in the fog. That's pretty good. I wrote that. So like this is the one where I seen the picture, the poster, and I was like, oh my god, I am sold. I don't care what this movie is about. I've always been a sucker for a cool poster. So guys, that is it. That is 6 horror movies, upcoming horror movies. 5 of those we will see released soon, and Trenchfoot, the last one, I will keep you all up to date with once it goes into production, then through post-production. And that's what I hate, when I hear about a movie that just it's in pre-production now. So like the wait from like pre-production, going into production, then going into post, and then like getting to see it. The wait is sometimes just very, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't, like, it's hard to take. Right. Anyway, so I'm going to reiterate these movies again. First up, I had The Plague. It's a coming of age, a dark drama, stroke, I hope, body horror. Second one was Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. That is a Sam Rockwell sci-fi horror comedy about a guy who comes from the future and recruits loads of people in this diner to help him save the world from an apocalypse. Third one is Night Patrol, the new film from Ryan Prowse. This is a vampire movie about gangs having to put their differences aside to defang the police. Love that logline. Whistle is the new film from Corin Hardy that is about an Aztec relic, cursed relic that kills or haunts or sends people crazy when they hear the sound of the whistle. It Ends is an independent film about a group of friends who are caught on a highway in an endless time loop and they are attacked by creatures. I think this, like creatures, there's different ones each time they go through the same time loop. And the last one is Trenchfoot. A prisoner and a soldier are attacked by this relentless, gas-masked monstrosity that is haunting them in the dirty trenches and through the fog. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I will be back with more soon. And if you're not following Movie Hooker already, hit the follow button. Thank you. Have a good day.